Good morning, everyone. This time I want to discuss something that is apparently very simple, points of view. We all have points of view, all have our opinions, you all have our way to look at reality, at other people, at the world, at the universe. But the fact that we are talking about points of view implies that we are not getting the whole view. We just see parcels of reality, of our own inner reality, of other people's reality. We only get samples of the world. And indeed, even with this, many of us will have this tendency to think that our point of view is better than the point of view of others, that we see it better, we see more than they do, which is by itself typically an illusion. Because if I see a mountain from the top, I'm not getting the perspective of someone who sees it from the base. If I go inside the mountain and I'm inside the caves of the mountain, I have a vision about the inner side, but I don't get the perspective from the outside. If I look at our planet from the outer space, I see beauty. I see a beautiful planet indeed, but I am not looking at the details that I could get overland. So each time I see anything from my point of view, I'm severely limited. And this is real for perception in general. We also get delusional very, very easily. We think we saw something, sometimes what we expected to see, and we can distort our own vision of things out of expectations, sometimes out of fear. But the thing is that any one of us, all of us, we have partial ways to look at reality. And also, the colors of what we look at are very much influenced by our emotions. For instances, something that is well known for psychologists and psychotherapists is that if I am severely depressed, I look and I'm mostly attentive to things that are in a way in tune with my depression, with my sadness, with my anger. So I access my sad and my worst memories a lot easier than the way I can access my moments of joy and happiness and well-being. And this distorts my perception of myself and, of course, of the world. Also look at the sad world that I have around, and I miss many happy events. Well, this is like a plague for human perception. And it goes very much also into our emotional life because we don't see everything at the same time, even from our own point of view. So we tend to look at things that are sort of selected. We pay attention mostly to stuff that is in tune with our emotions and in tune with our desires, and sometimes in tune with our fears, our avoidances. We don't look at some things, we look a lot more at others, and so on. This is like condemning us to not really getting a perception of what we might call the truth of things. Also, when we look at other human beings or any being, we are not able to look at this being in a totally fair and complete way. That's out of reach to many of us, at least. So it's good to be sort of humble about our thought, our perception, the way we deal with the world, and even ourselves, because we also are not able to perceive ourselves from all possible points of view, all depths, in all perspectives, and with all possible feelings. So let's be humble about this. Now, transpersonal psychology and the spiritual traditions of the world, they tell us that we can expand our consciousness in modified states in different experiences. And this expansion can be, in a way, quantitative and qualitative. We can change even the character of our consciousness, and we can go beyond our usual ego states. So eventually, we get a state of expansion of consciousness where we could even say that there is no ego, there is no personal self to look at things. And then eventually, we have a different kind of perception of contact with the world. That's where mystics talk about unitive states, a fusion towards the divine, or being in harmony with the universe. And then eventually, it's no longer us looking at things, might even be the divine or a divine perception we are accessing. And it helps us have a better way to see the world and other beings. And usually, along with this, there is this quality, this color of love that's on the side of expansion, the same way that fear and hatred shrink us. And because of this, we tend to also appreciate everything. It's easier to feel some harmony with the world, the universe, and each and every other living being. And it's easier to look at people, situations, events, places with a benevolent look. So I would say that indeed, it looks like love and expansion towards the divine might be, epistemologically speaking, a better way for all of us. And this is the main idea for this day. As usual, if you like it, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back. See you.